They rolled out the black and red carpet Friday at Fifth Third Arena. The Bearcats introduced Wes Miller as the 28th men's basketball coach. At just 38 years old, Miller has already led a Division I program for 10 years at North Carolina Greensboro. Once the UC job opened after the dismissal of John Brannon, Miller says he was hoping UC Athletics Director John Cunningham would reach out.
I was waiting for that text. I really was. And I think, you know, you don't get too excited because you know that there's a process, and that doesn't mean that you have any chance to get the job, but it was a good first step. And as the process went on, and I felt like, again, the values really aligned from the leadership in this institution on down, it just felt more right as the process went on. And then, you know, I'm thrilled to be here today.
Coach Miller has already hit the ground running, securing the returns of Mike Saunders and Mason Madsen from the transfer portal. So just who is the guy taking over in Clifton? Keenan Singleton goes one-on-one with him to find out.
Penny in my hand. Want a penny for your thought, of course. Pennies for your thought. I know it's something that you do, or you did at your old program at UNCG. What is the significance of pennies for you and your program, and what you want to instill in guys when you lead them?
Yeah, it's simple. I mean, I talked a little bit about it in the press conference. I'm a big dreamer, but I really believe in working small. And, you know, we talked about it always in the sense of being a one-day-at-a-time program. And what we mean by that is the growth mindset that seems to be a key word you can hear in society now, but just embracing the things that are right in front of you and excelling in the area that's right in front of you. And in a college basketball program, that's like the next set in the weight room. That's the next drill and practice. That's the next study session, the next class. We want to try to just dive into the moment and be excellent in that moment. And if we can do that, I believe, and we put days together doing that, I believe the results follow. And so the pennies in the jar is kind of a metaphor that if we had a practice where we had the right mindset, the right approach, the right effort, the right focus, and we all agreed as a team that we had that kind of practice. Doesn't mean we had to shoot the ball great. Doesn't mean we had to do everything perfect. But if we had the right approach, every player on the team that practiced would put a penny in the jar. And the idea was if we can just focus on putting a penny in the jar every day, that jar gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and great results will follow. So I'm sure we'll do something like that here, because I think it just says what we're about, and that's just trying to be excellent in the moment.
A lot of people look around, they see 5 guys on the roster. Doesn't look like the best landscape in college basketball right now. But what do you see when you see this roster, when you see this program?
Well, there's 5 guys on the roster, but there's a handful more that could potentially be back on this roster. So I don't think it needs to be as dire as it appears. The guys that I've talked to that are in the portal, they love Cincinnati. They came here for a reason. They're open to coming back. And I think that we can build with the current players that have been in this program. They already understand what it takes to be successful here because of what they've been through. They know what it's going to take to play against Houston and Wichita State and the other great programs in this league and the great programs around this country. So I think we need to start there. But make no mistake about it, we got to put a great team together, a team that can compete from day one. And we're going to start with these current guys, and then we're going to get out in the recruiting trail and try to put a great team together that can compete. Mike Saunders, you know, saying yes, I think all these guys that don't know me, whether they were in the portal or not in the portal, that say, hey, I'm willing to give you a chance and go 2 feet in with you, that'll touch me, and I'll think about that every day that I coach them moving forward.
The transfer portal, you talked about it a little bit during the press conference there. You mentioned that it will be a tool that this university, that this program will utilize. Kind of from day one, where do you go with it? There's
been a number of young people and high school coaches and summer coaches and people with relationships to prospects already reaching out, and I've kind of just told them, hang on a second, let me make sure and see where these guys in this program are first. They've been through a lot. It's going to be about the players first, and they're the current players here. But after that, we will hit the recruiting trail pretty hard.
it seemed like it was important for you to also get the former players that were pretty vocal about this process of selecting a new head coach here at Cincinnati. Why was that important for you to reach out to those guys?
Well, one of the reasons that this is such a dream job for me is because of what it's already been. The history, the tradition, and not just through one era. I mean, generation after generation, certainly during my basketball lifetime where I can remember it, you know, it was Coach Huggins' teams, Mick Cronin's teams as I've gotten a little bit older. But it goes way back beyond that. This is one of the greatest programs in the history of college basketball. And the people that understand that the best are the people that wore that jersey. They're the most invested. They put their blood, sweat, and tears out onto that court every single night, and every single practice to accomplish those things. So this program's going to be about the players. It's going to be about the players first, and I understand that means the former players as well. And so I want them to know I embrace them. They're one of the main reasons that I'm here, and I want them to give me a chance to earn their respect, earn their trust, and to make them proud by what we do here moving forward.
$8 million is a lot of pennies. I'll go and let you keep that one. That one's free from Channel 9 WCPO Sports. Welcome to Cincinnati, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Keenan.
Congratulations.
Yeah, man.
Amen, sir.
Thanks so much, Keenan. So I want to hear from you. What are your expectations for Coach Wes Miller and the Bearcats next season? Tweet me at Reggie Wilson TV and make sure to use the hashtag SOAS.